Hello. So this is post commentary to the actual fight. So you won't get my genuine reactions, but I could share what happened during the fight and my thought process during the fight. Because sometimes I can't see everything that happened in the fight. So from time to time, I'll pause. You won't hear any audio just so that the fight can happen, because there's no need to comment on every single part of it. But this is my first Rey and Arkveld 9-5. I fought some other 9-5s, but this one seemed pretty easy in my opinion, because I fought both of these monsters before, and Rey Dau and Arkveld are on the easier side, so I just figured I'd give this a shot for some farming of the materials, and then share the video with my experience. I've fought a lot of Rey Dau from the Arc Tempered mode, so I got a lot of his moveset down. I am a dual blades main, or have played a lot of it. I also do some heavy bowgun. I've experimented with some other weapons, but I primarily do dual blades. So I've got 2 pips of like evade window to make the evade a bit easier. But other than that, my build is, I don't know if I would call it meta, but there's this person I watch, is called Suntide, and he had a build that I recommended with the Zoshia weapon that I'm using, with the White Flame Torrent and the Rathalos damage. So from time to time there's some pips of damage that comes from those 2 weapons, which I like, because I want to use a weapon that's versatile for everything. I don't want to have to keep switching for max DPS, so I haven't changed this in a few months, and this is me getting back into the game after some time. Yeah, so I'll stop talking for a bit and let you enjoy the fight. So with an Arc-Tempered Arkveld, destroying a wound on the leg typically drop them down, but with these 9-star ones, I noticed that you have to get the part where they show, like this part, when they show a focus strike opportunity, and that typically will get them down. And with the new dual blades change, instead of Beyblading across the entire body, it comes back to the spot that you focus strike. I've been using it a lot more. You'll see me focus strike from time to time, but typically I try to keep the wounds for the damage. Yeah, that's alright, check it out again. So while Rey Dau was moving, I noticed that Arkveld was nearby, so I figured I'll have the 2 of them fight so that the fight is a bit shorter. I had anticipated Rey Dau to do the damage to Arkveld, but it ended up turning to be the other way around. I don't have I have experience fighting Arkveld, but not recently. Most of my fighting recently has been with the Arc-tempered Rey Dau. I know that's been a while ago, but that's when I kind of stepped away from the game a bit, and now I'm back with the 9 stars. Yeah, so first I need to get him enraged so that I can get him to the location that I need him at. I wasn't sure that he would move with just the yellow status. So once he's enraged, I'll start running over to the other side. I get some chip damage while he's standing still. When I got hit with that was I was quite surprised. I should have seen it, but I was just focused on moving and getting closer to Arkveld. I should have done the sneak attack just to get some free damage, but I just let it be, and then I just watched the fireworks. And OMG, was there fireworks! That was about 7,000 damage. It was insane. And I thought there was going to be more damage here, but then he just Rey Dau just left, and then I said goodbye to Arkveld, and I'll come back for him later. So at about this point, I realized that there was a wiggly lychee nearby, and I like to collect those for my stamina management, and in doing so, I got wrecked. And luckily my cat is amazing, and has saved me multiple times. So I do notice the skull, and I am contemplating whether or not to go to Arkveld. As you can see, I'm just staring and starting to ride towards it. But I figured I might as well just capture it. So I flash it just to make sure it stays nearby, and then pitfall trap into smoke. And I was like, let's just end this a little bit faster. It's just a less of a nuisance. I could have had them fight, but I was like, I could probably manage. And now this is where you'll see me fall apart. Arkveld, I haven't fought him in a bit, and I hadn't got my timings on my dashes, so you'll see me get knocked down over and over and over again, and I'll have to keep healing and healing. So I see him charging up an attack. I thought I could get under, but I could not. I was quite bummed, and then so I frantically started running away. I thought I was safe here, but he got me. Luckily, the Wigger Wasp revival was very helpful. It activates every hour, and it's very useful for these types of fights. figured I'd start getting a little offensive here. However, the Dragon Blight is really annoying, which makes the damage so much lower. I do have my healing for it, but I died there again. But thanks to the Moxie meal, I was able to have another free cart. So I started to take a different approach. Started playing a bit more passive, trying to get the timings right. As you can see, I'll try. I perfected that out, and then the second follow-up, I was like starting to feel good about that. And then playing more patiently, and I dodged the other one again. So I started to finally get the hang of the timings and dodging the attacks, and I started feeling better. There it is again. That perfect away dwindle dodge. So I'm starting to get a hang of Arkveld again. And then comes the unexpected visitor. I have my settings where I go into recommended lobbies. I really don't mind if people join in. I was just a little worried that they were going to leech off of the quest, just like come in and do nothing, and then I just have to fight more health. But it was not the case. They actually came to help. I was afraid also that I was gonna fail the quest somehow, because I did die twice already, but because I started getting the hang of it, I didn't feel as bad as much. And then the other thing I was worried about is that if they were gonna card a bunch of times, like I didn't know the skill level of the person, but I decided to not kick them out and let them stay, and we'll see how we do. I tried to get them out there, but I keep timing them poorly, and it's just not landing on the right spot. Getting hit here didn't bode well for me, because you know they could see how much health I'm taking. So I was like, maybe they're judging me. But then I came in clutch here and knocked them down right as the person came, and it felt kind of good. I was like, it's like the first impression, you know. And then I get pinned, but I get out of it. And that was an accidental flash. I didn't really mean to do it, but I was like, you know what, let's roll with it. So as you've seen, I've been doing pretty well, but as you can see here as well, I started playing a bit more passive just because of the couple of cards that I had earlier. So some confidence isn't there. Trying to play a little bit more passive, not too aggressive, just so that I really didn't want to cart. But it's doing pretty well. So now I have my flash bots. I'm like waiting for it to fly up so I could get it back down, and success. Trying to keep it as stunned for as long as possible, just to keep it in the fight longer. But then something weird happened where I thought it would stay longer, but it just still flew away. I thought typically they get a bit angry and stay around for longer, but I was like, whatever, I need to go heal up. Once you sent the message, I tend to send back messages and, you know, try to be positive, you know, to let them know that they are welcome and they haven't died. They've been doing pretty well. I needed to replenish on my stuff, so get some of my health items back from the earlier part of the fight, just in case I need it. And then to further be positive, I was trying to send another message. I couldn't find it at first. I just wanted to know that he's doing an amazing job. And then I get him out. I honestly, a lot of times I try to aim for it, but this time I wasn't, and then I got it. I know that you can go tail, head, back. I try to switch between some of them, but I typically just go for the back. I get the wound on the head, and then I just break the back. I really don't want to stay on here for longer. I just want to get back into the fight. So I went for the wound, and then this happened. So yeah, that happened. It was pretty funny to me. That's the first time it's happened to me in Monster Hunter Wilds. So the fight just keeps going on as normal. I figured let's try some traps. Let's get some traps going. And then he gets paralyzed, and I was like, ah, perfect. Let's just keep going. And I still try to go put the trap down because might as well use them. It makes the fight just a bit easier. At first I thought he was not going to go into it, but just walked right into that. It felt good. I was gonna go for some more positivity with the wheel, trying to, you know, get us pumped up and stuff. But I gave up and was just like, let's just get back into the fight. Put some traps down, just use them while we have them, right? Makes the fight just a little bit easier. So we're nearing the end of the fight here. I try to get him into the trap there, so that, but he doesn't end up getting in it. It's kind of annoying. So I just end up attacking it. Might as well. But yeah, as you saw from the beginning of this fight with Arkveld, I was doing very badly. And then as the fight went on, I got my timings better, and the evade window was really helpful. I have two pips of it on. It helps dodge some of the more deadlier attacks. And there it is. There's the capture. There's the end of the fight. The rewards weren't great, so there's no reason to show them. Nothing too crazy. But in total, the fight was about 20 minutes. Again, more positivity here. Get pumped up. Thank you, stranger. It was a great fight. And yeah, it took what, 21 minutes basically. So yeah, good fight. Peace out.